It's Tuesday, February 24th.
But what was I supposed to do? I'm running.
The Blues Fest lineup is here, featuring big names like Gwen Stefani, the Lumineers, Ella Langley, and more.
Lots to process over the next couple of days, some sleep to catch up on, but obviously we have an exciting stretch here with the Charge, and I'm really excited to get reunited with my teammates.
Ottawa-based Olympians are back in town after big wins and tough losses in Milano Cortina.
It is a punishment for those who have gone through extreme hardship and cannot fight for themselves.
Calls for the provincial government to scrap changes coming to OSAP grants in Ontario. Your Morning Ottawa starts right now.
Good morning. Come on in. You are welcome. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And many people maybe not staying up till midnight last night. Us three amongst probably that crew.
Yes.
And the Blues Fest lineup has been announced.
Woohoo!
We got everything you need to know. So we're going to leave with that this morning. Organizers have unveiled this lineup for Ottawa's Blues Fest, and it includes some big names from the world of country, pop, and early 2000s rock. That was played before every hockey game, I'm pretty sure, growing up. Limp Bizkit is one of the headliners. Others include Gwen Stefani, the Lumineers, the Guess Who, and Cody Johnson. Single-day passes for the July Festival at Le Breton Flats go on sale Thursday morning.
Airlines are set to resume flights to Puerto Vallarta today. Air Canada, Air Transat, and WestJet all say that operations will return to normal. It comes after violence erupted in the area after a cartel leader was killed. Ottawa residents are sharing details on what they are seeing.
When we woke up and I went on my balcony, I seen smoke in the air and you could smell tires burning.
Global Affairs says there are over 26,000 Canadians registered in Mexico, with approximately 5,000 in Jalisco State, where the violence is centered. A travel advisory has been issued, warning Canadians to exercise a high degree of caution. U.S. President Donald Trump's new tariffs will go into effect today after the Supreme Court struck down some of his old ones.
We are trying to maintain predictability for businesses, for consumers, in the face of some substantial unpredictability.
Waiting for a long time.
Amid the uncertainty, the European Union is pausing ratification of its deal with the U.S. The new tariffs are for 15% and comes as lower courts will decide if refunds are needed for the billions of dollars already collected during the first round of tariffs.
The Winter Olympics are over and the athletes made their way home last night.
Anytime you get to put on the Canadian jersey, there's so much pride, there's so much honor, and I feel very grateful that I was able to do that.
Lots to process over the next couple of days, some sleep to catch up on, but obviously we have an exciting stretch here with the Charge, and I'm really excited to get reunited with my teammates. I know they've been working hard over this break, and yeah, I just can't wait for us all to get back on the ice together.
Ottawa Charge players Jocelyn Larocque, Brianne Jenner, and Emily Clark brought home the silver medal from Italy. The Ottawa Charge return to action this Saturday. They'll host the Boston Fleet at TD Place. Puck drop is slated for 2 p.m. As plans for the high-speed rail in Ontario and Quebec kick into high gear, rural community members are sounding the alarm over its impacts on farming communities. One farmer says there's a possibility the rail line could be seen from his own farm and that the company building it could seize land without thinking about the overall impact on the small community.
If you imagine, right, that train comes through here, right, between us and our forest, we wouldn't be able to access our forest anymore. We make maple syrup. That means we would probably have to give up that business, right? So that's the impact that this could have.
In a statement, Alto says no route has been selected and that wherever possible, it will follow existing transportation corridors. The high-speed rail plan consultation is currently open to the public online.
A federal public service union held a news conference over ongoing issues with the Phoenix pay system 10 years after it launched. The Professional Institute of Public Service of Canada released a report looking at the system's persistent problems for over a decade. The union says as of December, nearly 238,000 pay errors or changes remain outstanding.
Years later, this is not a closed chapter. It's an ongoing failure. Since 2017, nearly $5 billion have been spent responding to Phoenix-related failures.
The union says the government's plan to reduce its workforce by 28,000 employees by 2029 could lead to a growing backlog of errors if changes are not taken. The older brother of the Tumbler Ridge shooter has reportedly been arrested over an incident dating back to 2024. The RCMP says that he was wanted for attempted murder.
I immediately summoned them to Ottawa for a reason, because I want to know the details about their escalation thresholds. I want them to give us details of what their protocols are, what they are specifically in Canada, because Canadians demand safety.
Meanwhile, questions are swirling over the online activities of the 18-year-old school shooter. And Canada's Minister of Artificial Intelligence says he wants answers from OpenAI on what the company knew. OpenAI revealed it had banned Jesse Van Roetselar's ChatGPT account months before the shooting over unspecified but concerning interactions. The company says staff considered referring the account to police, but in the end did not.
The city is looking to spend $45 million to buy a downtown hotel and turn it into transitional housing. Staff are recommending council approve a deal to purchase the former Long Stay Hotel on O'Connor Street at Gladstone Avenue. The building could house up to 128 families in need as they transition it into finding a more permanent home. Staff say the federal government will cover 95% of the cost. If the sale goes through, people will be able to move in as of this summer.
Little Victory's Coffee on Elgin Street has been named one of the 100 best specialty coffee shops in the world.
The shop ranked number 71 on the list. Little Victory's was one of 3 Canadian shops on the list. The other 2 are in Vancouver and Toronto.
More than 15,000 coffee shops around the world were analyzed by professional judges and the public.
Okay, so Little Victory's coffee shop. Don't know about the coffee, but they have great hot chocolate there.
Oh, the coffee is delicious.
And the coffee is delicious as well. Yeah,
absolutely. My husband buys it in the bags. He's like a frequent shopper there.
Oh.
So he's probably enjoying his Little Victories right now while he watches us.
It's such a great spot.
You're right. This is the best coffee in the world.
I would love to be on that panel.
Right? Oh,
coffee.
Go around trying coffees around the world. Although I feel Little Victories would still be up there.
And we're spoiled because we actually have a lot that I think could be contenders for best coffee shops in the world. Like, we have a lot of great ones here in the city.
We certainly do. Yeah, definitely worthy of being on that list.
A nice warm cup of something is what you need this morning with these cold conditions. If it's hot chocolate or coffee, or maybe you're a tea drinker in the morning, you need something. It is chilly outside. Without the wind chill, minus 16 this hour here in the city. Same within Cornwall, Brockville, minus 15 for Kingston. Out in the valley, sitting at minus 18. Now factor in the wind chill. This hour here in Ottawa feels like minus 25. So yes, the very cold conditions are back, but don't worry, they're not going to last too long. It feels like minus 28 out in the valley. So we are off to a very chilly start this hour. However, it won't even warm up too much into the afternoon. We're going to start off with some cloudy conditions, but some sunshine this morning into your afternoon. It will stay sunny throughout most of the day today, and then overnight tonight after midnight, yes, we are expecting more snow on the way. Not a lot of snow, but enough snow that you will need to shovel. We could see about 1 to 3 centimeters tonight. So starting around midnight, which means the drive in tomorrow morning could be a little bit slippery. So keep that in mind. And then we're expecting about another 5 centimeters or so throughout the day on Wednesday. So when all said and done, we could see quite a bit of snow in the forecast over the next couple of hours, 36 hours. So this is our snow meter. Let's see how much we're predicting to have here in Ottawa. So about 2 centimeters by tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Not so bad. We're expecting that 1 to 3 centimeter mark. And then as we head in through the day, we could see another 6 centimeters of snow. So 9 centimeters by Wednesday evening at around 6 p.m. So keep that in mind. Tomorrow is going to be a snowy day. The good news is the milder conditions will be back for tomorrow. So we just have to get through the cold weather for today. Minus 14 is where temperatures will sit Into the afternoon, we'll feel closer to minus 17 with that wind chill. Sunny in Pembroke, Bancroft sitting at minus 12 today, minus 10 out for Kingston as well as in Trenton, minus 12 in the Valley, minus 10 is the daytime high in Kittigan-Zibi. So cold conditions today, but as you see in the 7-day forecast, it's not going to last too long. The mild weather is back for tomorrow, but it will stay cold overnight, dropping to minus 16. Minus 1 is the high for tomorrow, minus 3 on Thursday, and yes, a couple of snowy days in the forecast for us. So we are expecting some snow this week. Cloudier conditions on Friday with a high of 1, very mild on Saturday, where we could actually see some rain. And then the cold weather is back. We're in for another little cold snap as we head into Sunday and Monday next week. Overnight lows back into the minus 20s.
Weather is brought to you by Manatic Tree. Complete tree care from start to stump.
And on your roads this morning, no major issues east to west. Traffic is smooth sailing this hour. We are collision free. Now let's check out your TSN must-see moment.
How's it going? Jermaine Franklin inside the TSN Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Monday forward. We go to Florida. Grapefruit leads. Spring training is underway. Mets, Jays. Dalton Varsho hits one high. Up in the air. Down the left field line. Nicholas Morabito. Makes the beautiful catch as he runs into the wall. Great play in foul territory by the Mets outfielder. Baseball is back, and that's your must-see moment from Monday. And tonight on TSN, Tangerine Raptors basketball. Thunder taking on the Raptors. Pre-game begins at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa.
It is a punishment for those who have gone through extreme hardship and cannot fight for themselves.
Students and opposition politicians raise concerns about the Ford government's plan to change the student loan program, OSAP. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. You are watching Your Morning Ottawa, and we will be right back. Welcome back. Here are the big stories we are following today on Your Morning Ottawa. The lineup for Ottawa Blues Fest has dropped, and it includes some big names from the world of country, pop, and early 2000 rock. U.S. President Donald Trump's new tariffs will go into effect today after the Supreme Court struck down some of his old ones. And the city is looking to spend $45 million to buy a downtown hotel and turn it into transitional housing. Now, let's take a look at the forecast.
Ooh, a bit of a 180 from yesterday. We go down way below seasonal. It is going to be a chilly morning and not warming up whatsoever this afternoon. Minus 14 degrees is the potential warmest that it gets throughout the day today. Now with slight trade-off, we do see at least a little bit of sunshine. But bundle up after we get through today. Milder temperatures will be on the way, well above the freezing mark. Melissa will have those details coming up. Let's take a look at your roads on this Tuesday morning commute. Nothing major to report, especially with no snowfall through the day yesterday. We still might see some tomorrow. Some Mother Nature not quite done yet, but everything is smooth sailing on your route so far. Calls continue for the provincial government to scrap their announced changes to the Ontario Student Assistance Program. Critics say that the shift from grants to loans will leave many drowning in debt. CTV Queen's Park Bureau Chief Siobhan Morris has the details.
Despite more than a week of anger and anxiety over changes to OSAP, there's no sign of thaw on the policy that will dramatically cut the money given to students in grants. The shift is to more repayable loans.
You have to be held accountable when you take tax dollars. It's not a freebie anymore. Money doesn't grow on trees.
Flanked by college and university students, the opposition leader is demanding a reversal from the premier.
He is going to literally leave these students and students across this province struggling with debt for decades.
Students admit they're thinking of dropping out, unable to take on tens of thousands of dollars of debt, and graduating into a jobs market that could challenge their ability to pay it back.
If we make education less accessible, we only weaken our future workforce.
It is the future Doug Ford believes prospective students should be thinking of.
When you take a course, You have to look at in-demand jobs, something that we can drive our economy.
He mentions careers in the trades, manufacturing, nuclear energy, and healthcare. Adesi Mbalaja dreams of working in public health.
To break into the workforce, despite these high demand and that language is really difficult. And so a master's program is something I and so many students want to pursue, but we don't know what that looks like financially for us.
If she can't go forward with the kind of expertise the province needs,
I think it shows that this government is fundamentally, whether willfully or unintentionally, out of touch.
Christian Turner's been counting on OSAP grants for his education. He lost both his parents 2.5 years ago. The shift to loans?
It's a punishment for being poor. It is a punishment for those who have gone through extreme hardship and cannot fight for themselves.
The government's position is that the OSAP setup has become unsustainable. The NDP argues that could be fixed with a rebalancing of priorities so students aren't left under mountains of debt. At Queen's Park, Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
And coming up a little bit later on Your Morning Ottawa, the Ottawa Blues Fest. The Ottawa Blues Fest lineup is here, and we want to know who you're most excited to see at the festival. Share your thoughts with us at Your Morning Ottawa at ctv.ca. We want to know, do you like the lineup? Were you hoping for somebody else? Let us know your thoughts. We'll be talking about it all morning long. Taking a peek outside, it's going to be a chilly day. Temperatures warming up to a nice toasty -14 today. But then it gets better throughout the week. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Police in Ontario are warning about something called the dirty oil scam. Criminals are spraying oil on the engines of used cars up for sale so the vehicles start smoking and then they can buy it at a cheaper price. Recently, officers in the GTA managed to make some arrests in connection with one of these scams. Here's CTV's Pat Foran.
I feel violated.
Mark Rafi and Carol Crawford were selling their Hyundai Santa Fe. Two people came at night to see the vehicle. While one man distracted Rafi, the other appeared to spray oil in the engine compartment and the tailpipe. After a short test drive, smoke was pouring off the vehicle.
There's all this white smoke coming out, and the other guy who was in the driveway comes running around and says, look, he says, there's oil everywhere.
The two men said the engine had blown and the car was worthless.
It was like, oh my gosh, something must have blown because there's oil everywhere.
Rafi was asking $7,000 for the SUV, but was convinced to take $1,000 for it. Only after they checked their security video did they realize what happened.
We saw everything. I said, we've been scammed. I said, this is a scam.
Following our report, we heard from other viewers who were also victims of the dirty oil scam. This video shows a man appearing to put oil in the tailpipe of a Lexus for sale in Newmarket. When it started smoking, they offered the seller $8,000 less, which they refused.
As soon as they came back, they popped the hood and started to show the seller that there was oil all over the engine compartment of the vehicle.
The OPP charged 3 men in connection with the scam after they tried to purchase a car in Peterborough. While there is no video, the fraud is similar to what others reported.
They tried to tell the seller that his engine must have blown.
3 men were charged with fraud, mischief, and possession of property obtained by crime. They are 31-year-old Maria Cirilla of Pickering, 26-year-old Constantin Tanase of Scarborough, and 22-year-old Michael Tanase of Ajax.
The vehicle that they were driving was actually linked to another occurrence in another region for the same thing.
If you're selling a car privately, don't do it at night. Have someone else with you, and don't leave the potential buyers alone with your vehicle. The 3 accused are to appear in a Peterborough courtroom March 10th. Pat Foran, CTV News.
The official Blues Fest lineup was released at midnight last night. Notable acts include Gwen Stefani, the Lumineers, Ella Langley with Sheryl Crow, and the Guess Who. So, On today's Your Morning Ottawa, we are asking for your comments on who you are most excited to see at Blues Fest. Let us know your thoughts. Email us at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. Okay, that's a big question here.
Yes. So I chose the Lumineers.
I'm not surprised. That is beautiful.
Okay, here we go. So this is who I chose. Okay, so story goes, my husband and I used to listen to this a lot, Lumineers, and then we were potentially going to go see them, but we had a newborn baby, and it was just at the start of COVID, so we decided not to get tickets to go. My sister went, and she got sick at the show. So, yeah, and it was like the last event before everything shut down. I know they've been back since, but we just haven't had time to see them. So for us, it's like someone that I'm really looking forward to going to see this summer.
I think you'll have some great redemption there.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's such a fun venue to have the Lumineers there too, like outdoors, summer festival. Like that's a great act.
And I
to
think
have that
they were here 10 years ago in the summer at Blues Fest because my husband did go to the show.
Oh, he did?
It was
Okay.
before we met, so he just said they were like incredible live, and so yeah, we've been wanting to see them ever since, together.
Good pick.
All right, for me, probably no surprise to at least the people on this desk. We're going back to the early 2000s, Limp Bizkit. I believe that Roland was played at least every other pregame, hockey game, lacrosse game. I am not one to mosh whatsoever. Limp Bizkit is the one that creates those mosh pits, but it's a kind of a classic tune, what we grew up with. I didn't even know what the song was when I was a kid. Roland, break stuff, but it's just brings me back to the younger days of
That's
the
a
childhood.
good hype song, right? Like,
It was, yeah.
Gets you hyped up.
Can I
for
just
sure.
say that in the wee hours of this morning, Will walks in blasting Limp Bizkit. Of course. Doesn't say anything, just blasting Limp Bizkit. I'm like, okay, that must be Will. And yes, I know the group that he's looking forward to seeing at Blues Fest.
Good morning, 4:30, everybody. All right, Rosie, who you got?
Ooh.
But I'm cool like that. 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 I'm cool.
Oh, Diggable Planets from the 1990s. This cool, conscious rap group that lays down some serious lyrics over jazz. So it's going to be very cool, chill, kind of like you got to sit back, snap your fingers, listen in, take in the vibe. Looking forward to seeing them. Diggable Planets.
That sounds like a good vibe show. Perfectly. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be hearing from you a little bit later on the show. Once again, the three of us have chosen completely different artists.
Again, yes.
As per usual. We are asking you, who are you most excited to see at Blues Fest? The lineup was released at midnight. You can head over to ctvottawa.ca. If you don't know, we've got the full lineup there on our website. And then send us your favorite artists at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
And coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, we break down this year's Blues Fest lineup as the summer festival season is just around the corner, even though it feels like minus 27 this hour. Lots more to come here this morning. We'll be right back.
Because we get it on every day and every night. It is platinum thing right here. We're doing it all.
Good morning. We're so glad you can join us. Hope your morning's starting off well. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
So the Blues Fest lineup was released at midnight. Today we're asking our viewers, email us, yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca, who are you most excited to see? And if you don't quite know yet, we're going to lead with that today so then you can join us a little bit later on in the show. So we know all the acts that are going to be hitting the stage this summer for Ottawa's Blues Fest as organizers have officially unveiled the lineup.
Gotta get back 'cause it's been too long. That's my favorite country song.
Hardy is one of the headliners. Others include the Lumineers, Ella Langley, Conan Gray, and Gwen Stefani. Single-day tickets go on sale Thursday morning. The festival is from July 9th to the 19th at LeBreton Flats.
Airlines are set to resume flights to Puerto Vallarta today. Air Canada, Air Transat, and WestJet all say that operations will return to normal. It comes after violence erupted in the area after a cartel leader was killed. Ottawa residents are sharing details on what they are seeing.
When we woke up and I went on my balcony, I seen smoke in the air and you could smell tires burning.
Global Affairs says there are over 26,000 Canadians registered in Mexico, with approximately 5,000 in Jalisco state, where the violence is centered. A travel advisory has been issued warning Canadians to exercise a high degree of caution. U.S. President Donald Trump's new tariff will go into effect today after the Supreme Court struck down some of his old ones.
We are trying to maintain predictability for businesses, for consumers, in the face of some substantial unpredictability.
Waiting for a long time.
Amid the uncertainty, the European Union is pausing ratification of its deal with the U.S. The new tariffs are for 15% and comes as lower courts will decide if refunds are needed for the billions of dollars already collected during the first round of tariffs.
As plans for high-speed rail in Ontario and Quebec kick into high gear, rural community members are sounding the alarm over its impacts on farming communities. One farmer says there's a possibility the rail line could be seen from his own farm and that the company building it could seize land without thinking about the overall impact on the small community.
You imagine, right, that train comes through here, right, between us and our forest. We wouldn't be able to access our forest anymore. We make maple syrup. That means we would probably have to give up that business, right? So that's the impact that this could have.
In a statement, Alto says no route has been selected and that wherever possible, it will follow existing transportation corridors. The high-speed rail plan consultation is currently open to the public online.
A federal public service union held a news conference over ongoing issues with the Phoenix pay system 10 years after it launched. The Professional Institute of the Public Service of Canada released a report looking at the system's persistent problems for over a decade. The union says as of December, nearly 238,000 pay errors or changes remain outstanding.
Years later, this is not a closed chapter. It's an ongoing failure. Since 2017, nearly $5 billion have been spent responding to Phoenix-related failures.
The union says the government's plan to reduce its workforce by 28,000 employees by 2029 could lead to a growing backlog of errors if changes are not taken. The son of Hollywood director Rob Reiner has pleaded not guilty to murdering his parents. 32-year-old Nick Reiner appeared in a packed Los Angeles courtroom for his arraignment yesterday after his father and mother were found dead with multiple stab wounds at their home in December. The third son of Rob and Michelle Reiner has been accused of fatally stabbing them inside a bedroom before fleeing. Reiner will next appear in court in April.
Canada's Olympians are returning home with some seriously impressive hardware. First to arrive, Emma Miskew sporting her first ever Olympic medal.
It was so nice that everyone came out here and made signs and were like wanting to greet me, especially after a long day of travel. It's really nice to see the faces that I missed for the last few weeks and who weren't able to be there with us, but always were cheering.
The hardware looks good. The Canadian curler warmly welcomed by family and friends at the Ottawa International Airport. Miskew was part of Rachel Homan's team defeating the U.S. and claiming the bronze over the weekend. Both Homan and Miskew are from Ottawa.
Getting a medal here is bronze medals like winning a lot of most events, so that was pretty special just to see their reaction. I mean, they wanted to win that, and they wanted to at least get a medal if they couldn't win it, and they did get the medal. So that's a good accomplishment here.
And also arriving that evening, Ottawa Charge players Jocelyn Larocque, Brianne Jenner, and Emily Clark.
And the excitement for the Blue Jays is growing every day, and these first day of school photo vibes certainly help.
The Jays posted this video joking that no one wanted to take part in photo day.
But jokes aside, they turned out pretty well. The Jays have another few weeks of spring training before their home opener on March 27th.
Hard to believe that we're already there.
Right? It's such a small off season for them, like a very short off season, especially those teams when you make it all the way to the World Series and then spring training's literally just around the corner. It's wild, but it's exciting for us baseball fans, right?
It certainly is. You know, we think about the end of March. We think about maybe snowfall starting to leave us. Is that what it looks like, or have we still got a little more on the way?
We have cold today and snow tomorrow, so it seems like winter is still definitely here. Don't worry, though. We do have some warm temps on the way in the 7-day forecast. We will see a mix of sun and cloud this morning, but yes, sunny and cold in through your day ahead this morning into your afternoon, and then tomorrow, more snow on the way. So winter not quite over yet. We still have definitely a few more weeks of winter. With that wind chill this morning, it's minus 16 right now. With that wind chill, feels closer to minus 25. So these are temps with the wind chill. Yes, very, very chilly start to your day, almost up to the minus 30s in some places, like minus 28 out in the valley this morning. So a cold start to your morning, a little bit cloudy out there to start things off. We will see some sunshine in through the day ahead. So mix of sun and cloud for us today. Sun not really warming things up too much into your afternoon. It will stay cold. And then tonight, it will stay cold and we have more snow on the way. So starting just after midnight, that's when we're expecting the snow to start. It will continue to snow throughout your early morning hours and in through your afternoon tomorrow as well. We are expecting quite a bit of snow, not quite 15-20 centimeters yet. However, we could see quite a bit, about 1 to 3 tonight and another 5 into your day tomorrow. Minus 14. These are daytime highs today. So yes, it will be cold, way below seasonal. We should be hovering around minus 2, minus 3 in through your afternoon. You can see cold across the region, some sunshine for areas in the valley as well as in Bancroft today. Minus 12 for the valley, minus 14 for Gatineau and Ottawa into your afternoon. The good news is the cold weather won't last too long. Minus 16 is your low tonight. Again, snow starting around midnight, 1 to 3 centimeters tonight, another 5 into your day tomorrow. Most of the snow happening early in the morning, so the drive into work tomorrow will be impacted by this system. Minus 1 is the high, so at least it will warm up into the afternoon. And then it will stay mild from Thursday in through the weekend forecast, especially Friday, Saturday. It will be quite warm on Saturday, a high of 4 degrees. We're expecting some rain. However, then a cold snap enters the chat, and yes, that means it will turn to ice. Very cold conditions Sunday and through Monday. Overnight lows back into the minus 20s.
Weather brought to you by Manotick Place Retirement Community, a community you can call home.
Eastbound on the 417, starting to see volume beginning at Bayshore and through Woodruff, but we are collision free this hour.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers, 1-800-JUSTICE.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, the latest from Puerto Vallarta, where authorities say there has been a period of stabilization after violence and unrest rocked the Mexican region. More details with CTV's Scott Hurst just ahead. Here's a live look through our sky cam. It's a cold start to your day. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. Here are some of the big stories we're following today on Your Morning Ottawa. The lineup for Ottawa Blues Fest has dropped, and it includes some big names from the world of country, pop, and early 2000s rock. U.S. President Donald Trump's new tariffs will go into effect today after the Supreme Court struck down some of his old ones. And the city is looking to spend $45 million to buy a downtown hotel and turn it into transitional housing. All right, Melissa, it looks like it's going to be the coldest day of the week.
Cold today and snowy for tomorrow. So we do have some winter weather on the way. A high of only minus 14 this afternoon. With the wind chill, we'll still feel closer to minus 17. But we will get to see a bit of sunshine for today. Snow starting after midnight tonight. 1 to 3 centimeters overnight. Another 5 centimeters on the way for tomorrow. So snowy Wednesday. Minus 1 is the high. Still seeing some flurries as we head into Thursday. Staying fairly mild with a high of minus 3. On your roads this hour, collision free on the drive-in, volume building slightly if you're heading in around the Bayshore area. So eastbound on the 417, Bayshore into Maitland, it is a little heavy this hour.
Canada's ambassador to Mexico says there appears to have been a period of stabilization after violence and unrest rocked Puerto Vallarta in Mexico on Sunday. The Mexican army led a security operation that killed cartel leader known as El Mencho. Let's bring in CTV's Scott Hurst for the latest on this. Good morning to you, Scott.
Good morning, Will.
The unrest in Puerto Vallarta appears to be subsiding. What hope does this offer in bringing some Canadians back home?
Well, for many Canadian travelers caught in the middle of this cartel violence, no doubt it's been a few anxious nights. We saw how quickly the wave of violence continued through Mexico in the wake of this killing of this cartel leader by Mexican authorities. It sent shockwaves not just through Mexico, but around the world because, of course, how popular many of these cities are with tourists, of course, including the tens of thousands of Canadians. But Mexican authorities deployed thousands of additional Army and National Guard troops to help restore order, and appears the initial violence and the very public retaliation has subsided for now. And with that, a sense of order quickly returning, at least from the tourist perspective. Flights are quickly returning to normal. Canada's major airlines that fly to some of these Mexican destinations, including Air Canada, WestJet, Air Transat, and Porter, are all saying they're planning to resume operations to Puerto Vallarta today. Now, of course, from the airline's perspective is the task of working through that backlog of postponed and canceled flights and customers who are supposed to fly out, Will, over the past couple of days.
Yeah, you know, Scott, we were talking about this a little bit earlier on the show. Canada's ambassador to Mexico, Cameron McKay, told CTV's Power Play that Mexico appears to be in a, quote, period of stabilization. What's the advice at this point for Canadians?
The advice for Canadians, travelers in general, from the government of Canada is to register with Global Affairs Canada so that support can be made available if more violence does erupt, or in general, if you need help from your home country. But of course, the advice is be vigilant and be prepared. Here's more from Cameron McKay, the ambassador to Mexico, speaking on CTV's Power Play.
There have been no significant new security incidents in Puerto Vallarta, Guadalajara, or anywhere else across Mexico overnight or today. So frankly, things are looking much better today than yesterday.
Of course, we saw the initial response to this latest wave of violence was swift. Global Affairs Canada quickly updated its travel advisory for Mexico, urging Canadians in affected regions to exercise a high degree of caution and take note of the local guidance, particularly when initially many were impacted by shelter-in-place orders. There are more than 26,000 Canadians registered in Mexico with the Canadian government. And we heard from Foreign Affairs Minister yesterday, Anita Anand, saying that there also was a surge of some 8,000 Canadians seeking initially to register within a 24-hour period after this violence broke out. But this period of stabilization is now helping many travelers return to their normal plans. And for many, that means getting back to this country, Will.
Yeah, a terrifying time, but at least we have a step in the right direction. Thanks for your guidance on this, Scott.
Thanks, Will.
The official Blues Fest lineup was released at midnight last night. Notable acts include Gwen Stefani, the Lumineers, Ella Langley with Sheryl Crow, and the Guess Who. So, on today's Your Morning Ottawa, we asked for your comments on who you are excited to see at Blues Fest, and here's what you had to say.
JS says excited to see Hardy and Limp Bizkit. Also excited, my boys Band Fifth are on the opening night. Also, woohoo! Let's get rocking.
Oh, exciting. That's amazing.
Well, there's so many great acts too, right? And then you start thinking about Blues Fest, you start thinking about spring and summer days are nice in the head.
Warm weather.
Warm weather. I know that you were excited for the Lumineers to be making a return.
Sandal season, shorts and t-shirts.
It's
very
so
opposite of today when I'm like, bundle up. It's cold outside.
Super cold.
Yeah.
You know the thing about Blues Fest, and when they release the lineup, you do a quick glance and you go, oh, okay, you see the bands that you're looking forward to seeing. But then look again. You'll find another group. You'll find somebody else. You go, whoa, they're coming and they're coming and they're coming. It's just an incredible lineup.
And then sometimes people even introduce you to a new artist you have maybe
There
never
you
heard of, because there's all
go.
these smaller acts and local talent that also gets to take some of the stages. So sometimes you find like a hidden gem that you had never heard of before. And
That
you
is
discover new
fun.
talent.
That's a lot of fun too. Follow your friend's advice too.
Yeah.
Maybe go along with a band that you don't know, and you could probably end up enjoying yourself. All right, let's keep the conversation going. We are asking, who are you most excited to see at Blues Fest? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
And coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, a lucky American family cashed in after discovering the holy grail of baseball cards in their grandfather's collection. We'll bring you that story just ahead. Here's a live look from our Skycam this morning, and we're seeing some sunshine, but cold. -16 this hour. With that wind chill, feels closer to -25. Morning, Ottawa. Happy Tuesday. It is 6:49.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Saving lives is what they do. February is Heart Month, and together we can support the University of Ottawa Heart Institute in providing world-class cardiac care. For almost 50 years, our community has played a critical role in advancing the Institute's life-saving work. Your donation will support groundbreaking research, innovative patient care, education, and prevention. To learn more, visit FebruaryIsHeartMonth.ca.
Proudly sponsored by CTV.
It's time now for the Morning Fix, and an impressive collection of movie stars came together for a memorable class photo.
Congratulations to all on your well-deserved nomination. We can't wait to see you at the 98th Oscars on Sunday, March 15th.
Yeah, we need the zoom in there so we can see who's in this photo while Oscar nominees gather during the Academy's annual luncheon. It's a key event that celebrates everything who will be nominated from Hollywood's biggest night. The early frontrunners for the biggest show winner is vampire thriller, of course, Sinners, with a record 16 nominations. And once the red carpet rolls out, you can catch the Oscars on CTV on March 15.
Okay, Melissa, I'm so sorry. I was absolutely focused on seeing all the stars there, and I was just like not even paying attention. There you go. There's Ryan Coogler.
Oh, yeah.
There's Timothy Chalamet.
Got all the big names in there.
You didn't have to do the extra zoom for us to see.
you
We still
did.
couldn't tell from the far zoom.
Yeah.
Like,
Can you find Leo? Is Leo there?
I thought I saw him in the wide shot,
Okay.
but again, it was a little too far for
Yeah.
me to really tell where he was standing, but I think he was over to the right.
He likes to be under the radar anyway.
Yeah, he does. He does. While a lucky American family cashed in after discovering the holy grail of baseball cards in their grandfather's collection. So this 206 Honus Wagner sold for more than $5.1 million US at an auction after being in the family for 116 years. The card of the Pittsburgh Pirates great is one of the rarest in sports collectibles in the world and was originally distributed in cigarette packs back in the 1909. It's the third most expensive version of the card ever sold.
Wow.
Isn't that wild to discover a hidden gem in your grandfather's collection? You know, and obviously Grandpa wanted to hold on to it because it meant something to him, and then maybe the family is like, we don't care about baseball or whatever. We're going to sell this.
But that's life-changing money.
Absolutely.
Like $5 million. Oh, thank you,
This
Grandpa.
card just hanging out. And to think that it was collected in a cigarette pack back in the day. You know, so you probably didn't pay much for it back in the day.
That adds up too.
Right.
It's in the pack of cigarettes back from the 1900s. That's fitting.
Yeah. Well, so Celine Dion is supporting some potential future singing talent with a new video on social media.
She's got a hairbrush. So cute because, first of all, she used a good room. The bathroom is really, really amazing.
She shared this video of herself reacting to a young woman performing My Heart Will Go On in her bathroom, singing with a hairbrush, yes. And Celine calls her amazing and so cute. I love to see Celine looking and doing so well, right? Because we know she's had health challenges in the past, so.
She's
incredible to
having
see.
such a time on social.
Yes.
She's doing a lot of this.
Yeah.
And she's so authentic.
I know.
She just wants everybody to do well, and she's just like holding her breath for her. Come on, honey, sing. And she's coaching too from the side. Just lovely.
And could you imagine being this young artist being like, oh my goodness, Celine Dion not only watched my video, but commented and liked me?
And that track, I mean, come
right?
on, to get
Iconic.
praise.
And in the bathroom where you get those good acoustics, I feel like I could sing it at
I
feel
can't.
like the shower house vibes.
All right, coming up in the next hour, we break down the Blues Fest lineup and preview some of the can't-miss acts coming to town this July. Plus, a local hockey team delivered care packages, making a big impact on vulnerable people in our community. And today's Your Neighborhood feature takes us to Stomping Ground, a clothing boutique in the heart of the Glebe. All that and more still ahead. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It's a cold day today, so you're going to want to bundle up before you head outside. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. We'll be right back. It's Tuesday, February 24th. The Ottawa Blues Fest lineup is here. We'll get a preview.
Lots to process over the next couple of days, some sleep to catch up on, but obviously we have an exciting stretch here with the Charge, and I'm really excited to get reunited with my teammates.
Ottawa-based Olympians returning home from Milano Cortina, reflecting on their big wins and some tough losses at the Winter Games.
And we introduce you to a local hockey team making a big difference for vulnerable people in the community. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Good morning and welcome. Hope your morning is starting off well. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Willa Yellow.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And we got to talk about something very important that's going to happen in the city in the summer, but we're excited about it right now. The lineup for Ottawa's Blues Fest Music Festival is out, and Blues Fest this year will include a mix of country, rock, and pop.
I've been over you, you've been over me, my sweetheart.
The Lumineers will be one of the headliners at LeBreton Flats. Others include Gwen Stefani, Ella Langley, Cody Johnson, and the Guess Who. Pre-sale for the event starts tomorrow, while single-day passes are on sale Thursday morning. And shifting gears now, flights from Canada to Mexico are resuming today after being suspended due to widespread violence, leaving hundreds of Canadians stranded.
Flight delayed, then flight canceled, and then the more we found out was this is actually super serious and scary to be around.
I have a midterm tomorrow, and so I had to email my professor about that. He was pretty understanding. I don't think he's heard this excuse before.
Porter Airlines, Air Canada, Air Transat, and WestJet have announced they are resuming service today to the Puerto Vallarta airport. The move comes after local authorities said no roadblocks had been reported in the state of Jalisco since midnight Monday, and that security measures have been reinforced. It started Sunday after the death of a notorious cartel leader during a government operation.
In my conversation with Foreign Minister de la Fuente last evening, he indicated that the situation should stabilize in the coming days.
Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand says officials are on the ground and in Ottawa helping affected Canadians. More than 26,000 Canadians in Mexico have now registered with Global Affairs. U.S. President Donald Trump's new tariffs will go into effect today after the Supreme Court struck down some of his old ones.
We are trying to maintain predictability for businesses, for consumers, in the face of some substantial unpredictability.
Waiting for a long time.
Amid the uncertainty, the European Union is pausing ratification of its deal with the U.S. The new tariffs are for 15% and comes as lower courts will decide if refunds are needed for the billions of dollars already collected during the first round of tariffs.
The Winter Olympics are over, and the athletes made their way home last night.
Anytime you get to put on the Canadian jersey, there's so much pride, there's so much honor, and I feel very grateful that I was able to do that.
Lots to process over the next couple of days, some sleep to catch up on, but obviously we have an exciting stretch here with the Charge, and I'm really excited to get reunited with my teammates. I know they've been working hard over this break, and I just can't wait for us all to get back on the ice together.
Ottawa Charge players Jocelyn Larocque, Brianne Jenner, and Emily Clark brought home the silver medal from Italy. The Ottawa Charge return to action this Saturday. They'll host the Boston Fleet at TD Place. Puck drop is slated for 2 p.m. As plans for high-speed rail in Ontario and Quebec kick into high gear, rural community members are sounding the alarm over its impacts on farming communities. One farmer says there's a possibility that the rail line could be seen from his own farm and that the company building it could seize land without thinking about the overall impact on the small community.
You imagine, right, that train comes through here, right, between us and our forest. We wouldn't be able to access our forest anymore. We make maple syrup. That means we would probably have to give up that business, right? So that's the impact that this could have.
In a statement, Alto says no route has been selected and that wherever possible, it will follow existing transportation corridors. The high-speed rail plan consultation is currently open to the public online.
A federal public service union held a news conference over ongoing issues with the Phoenix pay system 10 years after it launched. The Professional Institute of the Public Service of Canada released a report looking at the system's persistent problems for over a decade. The union says as of December, nearly 238,000 pay errors or changes remain outstanding.
Years later, this is not a closed chapter. It's an ongoing failure. Since 2017, nearly $5 billion have been spent responding to Phoenix-related failures.
The union says the government's plan to reduce its workforce by 28,000 employees by 2029 could lead to a growing backlog of errors if changes are not taken.
This designer turns used coffee pods into earrings.
Lizzie from Australia has turned 40,000 used pods into jewelry. She says not only are they sustainable, the earrings are also quite the conversation starter.
Definitely would be. Australia also has a program called Planet Arc. It aims to create a national strategy to collect and recycle used coffee pods.
Very cool. I love what people can take nowadays and turn into art, right? Incredible. We have your weather picture of the day today, and this was sent to us from Steve Woodland over It's a Winter Sunset. Look at how beautiful that is.
Weather picture brought to you by Box Me Up. Moving, staging, renovating, just box me up.
Hear from you. Send your weather pictures to us and you can see it right here on the show. All you have to do is email us weathershots@ctv.ca. Again, that email address is weathershots@ctv.ca. Our forecast today, way below seasonal. -14 is the high. Normal's around -2.5 degrees, -2.4. The sun is up already and will set at 5:42 p.m. and we will see some sunshine today. At least we'll see some sunshine because it will be bitter cold. Currently -16. Factor in the wind chill this hour. Ooh, feels like -26. Colder in the valley, feeling closer to -30 this morning out in the valley, -23 in Kingston, -24 for Brockville, Cornwall. So yes, it feels cold across the region this morning. Not much relief on the way into the afternoon. Even though we're going to get to see some sunshine today, a few clouds out there as well, it won't be very warm into the day ahead. Overnight tonight will stay cold and we are expecting some snow. Just after midnight is when we're expecting that snow to start, and we are expecting it to continue in through your day tomorrow. So it will impact your drive in tomorrow morning on your road. So this is how much snow we are expecting tonight, about 1 to 3 centimeters. By early tomorrow morning, we could see 2, upwards of 3 centimeters on the ground. And then as we continue into the afternoon and by Wednesday evening, we could see another 5 to 6 centimeters. So our system is showing we could see about 14 centimeters by tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So a little bit more than we're predicting, but yes, we are expecting some snow. Keep the shovels handy because you will need it. Cold for today for your school day forecast. -14 in through the afternoon. We will get to see that sunshine today. So at least it will be sunny but cold. And then tomorrow's a bit warmer but snowy. So it's a very wintry couple of days in the forecast for us. Cold across the region, as you can see, with that wind chill this afternoon. In Ottawa, we'll feel closer to -17. -12 is the high out in the valley into your afternoon. The good news is the cold snap won't last too long, just today, tonight. Into your day tomorrow, much milder. But yes, snowier. We are expecting all that snow on the way for tomorrow. -1 is the daytime high. As we head into Thursday, -3, 1 for Friday. So warming up towards the end of the work week. The weekend is starting off very mild. 4 degrees on Saturday, where we can actually see a bit of wet weather on the way, but then cold Sunday and through Monday. Temperatures dropping in the overnight back into the -20s.
7-day weather forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business.
All right, so don't get used to any weather each day, because every day is a little bit different, but it is that time of year. Taking a look at your roads at this hour, we want to let you know about a collision northbound on Kent. The road is reduced to 1 lane between Slater and Albert. Eastbound on the 417, seeing some buildup beginning at Bayshore until Woodruff. Westbound on the 174, slowdowns at 10th line until Montreal Road. And you saw there that we might see a good amount of snowfall Wednesday into Thursday, so the roads might be impacted in the future. So maybe start thinking ahead just a couple of days before.
But I'm cool like that. 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 I'm cool.
Well, the Ottawa Blues Fest lineup is here, and there's lots to choose from. Love from hip-hop legends, Diggable Planets, to country stars, and some Canadian classic rockers on this year's lineup. The festival will run from July 9th to 19th at LeBreton Flats. Joining me now is Joe Riley, a spokesperson for the festival, to break down some of the acts you can check in. Of course, the first thing we always want to know is anything new this year at Blues Fest?
Well, first of all, it'll be much warmer during
Yes.
Blues Fest.
Yes.
People will be happy to know. I'm here to bring the good news.
No
about
minus
summertime.
26.
No. We have a couple of interesting things this year. The Hard Rock Stage, the Hard Rock Cafe, which has just opened a new state-of-the-art, place for live music to happen, is sponsoring our stage that's tucked down by the river, and that will be the Hard Rock Stage. And we're also coming back with our CHIO night, really successful last year to be in a partnership with such an important community organization as CHIO, Children's Hospital. And that'll be an evening where people will get more information about what the programs are at CHIO and the possibility of supporting CHIO when they're down at the festival. So we love that, being out in the community, being part of the community, and supporting CHIO through our event.
And that's a good night, because that's the night the Lumineers are headlining, is the CHIO night.
The Lumineers are the perfect band for that kind of night. So uplifting, so positive. And they played last in 2016 on a kind of a kooky, rainy night, and they were still out in the crowd, which they love to do. They love connecting with their audience, and haven't been back to Blues Fest for 10 years, so it'd be great to have them back.
And I know people who have gone, and they said that was like one of the best shows they've seen them live ever. So excited to have them back
The
this year.
lighting on that night was stupendous in 2016, so I can only imagine what they've got now 10 years later, right?
Incredible. Okay, so let's talk about some of the top acts. We have some of your top picks, starting with Gwen Stefani.
But what was I supposed to do? I'm running.
Okay, why did you choose Gwen Stefani?
Well,
I mean, she's iconic.
Well, Mark Monahan and Kat Cote, who do our programming, I'm sure we're really stoked to land Gwen Stefani. She is iconic. So many hits with No Doubt. She does play those No Doubt hits when she's out on her own. Oh yeah, she couldn't miss those.
Oh yeah.
And dynamic live. I was just reading some stuff about some of the shows she did last year. I think she was at Coachella, and just fantastic live act. And that's always the biggest thing for us at Blues Fest.
Yeah.
How do these artists present live? And she's got a great reputation.
Okay, one that I am newly introduced to, but kind of quirky, Dangin de Poitrine.
As you can see, folks.
Okay, so my question is, what are they going to wear to Blues Fest, right? Because their costumes are
Who knows what they'll be bringing? I don't know if they have changing paper mache masks for different gigs.
Even his feet are like donned in polka dots.
Oh, yeah. They are a total buzz band right now. They're from Quebec, and people are just eating them up, and you can tell why. They are fun, but they're also great players.
Okay.
So they're going to be fantastic live.
Okay, I love that. Now switching up, we got to have a little country in there. Ella Langley with Sheryl Crow.
Depending on the weather I'm going, and hell, baby, nobody knows when. Yeah, if it was a different time, might have been different.
I mean, she is just on the rise, and she is a huge star now.
Well, it's amazing, right? One album out in 2024, Hungover, and it just exploded everywhere. Everybody is anticipating her new album, Dandelion, coming in the spring. So there'll be a lot of fresh tunes. There'll be all the classics. They're 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah.
And she's also a dynamic live performer. So really looking forward to her.
Okay, up next, Cody Johnson.
I've been good time drunk, enough to be bad time sober.
Country's always a hit at Blues Fest, right?
It is,
Country
and the
nights.
thing about Cody Johnson is he writes these songs that really pull on the heartstrings about, you know, family, community, places, connections, and you know, what's that song about until there isn't time to do something, you got to get out
do it
there.
now.
I can't remember the title, but
Yeah, I know what you're
fantastic
talking
songs
about.
by him.
Oh, amazing. Okay, and last but not least, GOAT.
Blues Fest is bands in crazy costumes.
I
That
love
was
it.
one of the themes from this year. These guys are from Sweden. Their psych rock is funky, it's fun, and it's like all over the place. And I am totally looking forward to seeing these guys, as I think your producer is too. So that's why we've got the mask band.
I think so. Well, some great acts and a little bit of everything, which we always love. Thank you so much for joining us today and breaking down the Blues Fest lineup. And tickets go on sale?
Tomorrow we have a pre-sale, $50 off.
Okay.
So tomorrow's the day to buy your full pass, $279, which is cheaper than some concert prices.
Yeah.
And also the wristband is shareable this year, or however we're giving out those full passes. You can share it with family. You want to go one night, your kids want to go another night?
Wonderful. Okay, so tomorrow's the day. Circle on your calendar. Just a few hours left till you can buy those tickets. Thanks so much for joining us today. You're welcome. Well,
I'm sure many people would take advantage of that. Well, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, we speak with a local hockey team who made a big impact on some of the most vulnerable people in our community this past weekend. They're going to be on to discuss what they were up to. They're standing by in the cozy Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. We're going to take a peek back outside. There's Centennial Glass Sky Cam, and temperatures today. -14 is the warmest it gets. But then following that, -1 on Wednesday, -3 on Thursday, so it does get better. But bundle up today. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, a local hockey team making a big difference over the weekend, helping those most vulnerable in our community. We got Coach Tremblay here to talk about it. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Real. Thanks for having us.
It's so great. We got a few members of the team here. I want to talk a little bit about how you came up with this idea to give back to the community.
Yeah, well, just basically with having myself a coach for many years, I thought about an initiative this fall as the season was starting to leave a little bit more than just hockey out of the season. And having something that would carry on perhaps past the season.
And why do you think it's so important to teach these young people what it means to give back to the community? Because they were all involved. We've got some great video of them. So many bags were delivered to those most vulnerable. Why do you think it's so important to initiate that while they're young?
Well, you know, teamwork. With teamwork, I think about generosity. I think about teammates. I think about help. And how far do you want to carry out that help to others? How wide can you open up your heart and spread the love, basically? So, yeah, having some really generous local businesses in Orleans and in our local community, opening up their stores and their restaurants and handing out 100 care bags to people in need. It was something special.
It's so amazing. No wonder you're such a great leader and such a wonderful coach. And Bruce from SOS, I want to talk about what this means to an organization to have this community team do something so amazing.
Well, we're all about teamwork, and we consider ourselves a big team at the SOS Outreach Society. So when Guillaume contacted me about perhaps collaborating on a walk, I was very honored, very impressed, and it fits right in with our mantra of teamwork. So it's wonderful to have a team join our team. So.
It's so amazing. All right, we're going to come to you first. Tell me a little bit about the experience, about what you learned from that weekend, because it's so wonderful. We saw you guys hard at work there. So what did you learn from an experience like that?
I think it was a really good experience. We learned a lot about different people. You know, introducing yourself to different people who are less fortunate was very eye-opening. You know, sometimes you don't realize what you have, and then when you're having a bad day, some people are having it worse. And one of the first people we met was talking about how he was preaching religion and whatever he was saying. But one thing he said was really important for me. He said how God put him here for a reason. And if we ignore the religious aspect, I thought it was really admirable how he was so optimistic to his position. And I thought it's something that we can all apply in our real life, because you know sometimes you're less grateful and you're less aware of what you have. So I thought that was important.
It's so amazing, right? You see the lessons learned from that. And, you know, how proud are you to see your team do something so great now that they're reflecting on it and looking to the future? As a proud coach, what does that mean to you?
Certainly proud and looking into a bright future. Perhaps this will carry on past the hockey season.
I love that. All right, now how's the team doing? How are we looking at throughout the year moving forward?
You guys want to answer that?
Yeah.
Well, we're doing pretty good so far. We've won 2 tournaments and looking for the 3-peat with the season.
There we go. All right, well, you guys are doing such an amazing job impacting our community, both on and off the ice. Thank you for all of you joining us today, and Coach Tremblay, appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.
Your neighborhood brought to you in part by the Clemo. Choose the Clemo and start living your life your way.
All right, for the Your Neighborhood segment today, we are back in the Glebe visiting Stomping Ground, a staple here on Bank Street. Good morning to you, Ethan.
Good morning.
He's the general manager showing us all the amazing products that you have in here. And I love as soon as you walk in, there's a certain vibe to it. So tell me a little bit about the store.
Yeah, so we've been here for almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years in August, which is pretty exciting for us. The kind of ethos around the store is timeless classics, where it's made, how it's made, buying less, but equally kind of more. Quality over quantity is the big thing for us.
I love it because I've already had my eye on as I go down the aisles. I'll take that, I'll take that, I'll take that. And it adds up quickly because everything in here is so great. So what are some of the products that you have here available that we'll kind of show some people?
Yeah, we'll kind of go through got a few things from top to bottom or bottom to top to kind of get a whole general feel of the store. Starting off with it's a big brand for us called Solivare. This is a made in the UK leather shoe manufacturer. They're actually the original makers of Doc Marten. So we believe this is kind of the biggest bang for buck in the shop. I have a couple pairs. Again, this is a really high quality leather shoe for a great price point. So that's an easy one that kind of fits into that.
Yeah.
A new one for us, which we're excited about. This just came in last week. This is Stephen J. This is actually a grooming products out of Calgary. I actually found this out through my own barbershop. Shout out to Great Whale. So we're very excited for that one to come in. Again, made in Canada, which is a nice thing. Not too many grooming products that are made in Canada, so that's a nice little touch.
No, it's really hard to find, and the fact that you don't just have it, you have it here locally in Ottawa too is so great. We're trying to focus on more Canadian
Exactly. So we're trying to always add that to the mix. One of the biggest brands for us is Portuguese flannel. As you can tell by the name, this is all made in Portugal by 2 brothers who actually run it's a family-owned business, made out of Portugal. Obviously, in the name Portuguese flannel, you get the kind of more flannelly, heavier winter shirts, but they also make great summer shirts. This just came in last week. I know it's a little crazy to think of linen, 100% linen shirts when it's still -20 outside, but summer will come, and when it comes, we have some nice shirts by them, so that's always a great one. And then leading into, so this is a brand called Naked and Famous. This is a denim manufacturer out of Montreal. They've been around for 15 years now, which is amazing. They focus on Japanese selvage or 100% Japanese cotton, and then they take those fabric, mill it, make it into jeans right in their own factories in Montreal. So this one we've had since the beginning of the shop. It's going strong, selvage is in, denim's not going anywhere. So that's also a great brand for us that we are always super excited about to show everyone.
I love it because it's such a wide variety, and it's not just clothing. You know, you have the shoes, you have the men's care products, sunglasses. Why did you find it important to include some other things than just the apparel with the overall store?
I think it's like, you know, the whole, we're trying to make it easy, a one-stop shop for a lot of guys, kind of make the boutique experience a unique experience and one that can kind of come in and care about not only their clothes, but their hair, what they're putting on their feet, the kind of whole look good, feel good is the kind of...
I love it. I love the whole mindset behind the store. All right, I've got to do some shopping. Ethan, thanks for showing us around because I've got to find some stuff.
There we go.
Yeah, a great spot. And I mean, not just clothes, but they had, you know, men's products as well. A lot of natural products, which is really cool. But just a little gem in the Glebe that I hadn't heard of yet.
Oh, so cute. It's such great things. I'm like, I might have to do some shopping there.
Yeah.
Not for myself, but for my
For
friends.
me?
Yeah.
My birthday's very far away, but we'll put that pin in there for now.
Exactly.
All right, if you know of a great business that we should highlight, we're going to be heading off to different neighborhoods throughout the year. We got Melissa, we got Rosie, and myself. Just send us an email at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
Your neighborhood brought to you in part by the Clemo. Choose the Clemo and start living your life your way.
And coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, the Mission is holding an event tonight highlighting the disproportionate burden of homelessness and food insecurity faced by members of Ottawa's Black community. We'll learn more about how local organizations are working to overcome those challenges just ahead. Our guests are standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. Here's a live look at our sky cam this morning, seeing that sunshine but staying cold. With the wind chill this hour, feels closer to minus 26.
Good morning. Come on in. Hope your morning is going well. I'm Rosie Edda.
Yeah, a little bit cool this morning. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
It is going to get a little bit better, though. You have promised
It will.
us.
Yeah, today's cold, tomorrow's snow, but then it will be milder, so not so bad. But then we have another cold snap next week. So winter is saying, you know what? I'm still here.
Hanging on.
It is still winter.
Well, we'll get some details on that. If you maybe want to warm up the soul, you can listen to some tunes because we officially have the Blues Fest lineup. It has been revealed at midnight last night, and it includes some big names from the world of rock, from pop and country, and early 2000s. I mean, a classic. Limp Bizkit is one of the headliners. Others include Gwen Stefani, the Lumineers, The Guess Who, and Cody Johnson. Single-day passes for the July Festival at LeBreton Flats go on sale Thursday morning.
Airlines are set to resume flights to Puerto Vallarta today. Air Canada, Air Transat, and WestJet all say that operations will return to normal. It comes after violence erupted in the area after a cartel leader was killed. Ottawa residents are sharing details on what they are seeing.
When we woke up and I went on my balcony, I seen smoke in the air and you could smell tires burning.
Global Affairs says there are over 26,000 Canadians registered in Mexico, with approximately 5,000 in Jalisco state, where the violence is centered. A travel advisory has been issued, warning Canadians to exercise a high degree of caution. U.S. President Donald Trump's new tariffs will go into effect today after the Supreme Court struck down some of his old ones.
We are trying to maintain predictability for businesses, for consumers, in the face of some substantial unpredictability.
Waiting for a long time.
Amid the uncertainty, the European Union is pausing ratification of its deal with the U.S. The new tariffs are for 15% and comes as lower courts will decide if refunds are needed for the billions of dollars already collected during the first round of tariffs.
As plans for a high-speed rail in Ontario and Quebec kick off into high gear, rural community members are sounding the alarm over its impacts on farming communities. One farmer says there's a possibility the rail line could be seen from his own farm and that the company building it could seize land without thinking about the overall impact on the small community.
You imagine, right, that train comes through here, right, between us and our forest. We wouldn't be able to access our forest anymore. We make maple syrup. That means we would probably have to give up that business, right? So that's the impact that this could have.
In a statement, Alto says no route has been selected and that wherever possible, it will follow existing transportation corridors. The high-speed rail plan consultation is currently open to the public online.
A federal public service union held a news conference over ongoing issues with the Phoenix pay system 10 years after it launched. The Professional Institute of the Public Service of Canada released a report looking at the system's persistent problems for over a decade. The union says as of December, nearly 238,000 pay errors or changes remain outstanding.
Years later, this is not a closed chapter. It's an ongoing failure. Since 2017, nearly $5 billion have been spent responding to Phoenix-related failures.
The union says the government's plan to reduce its workforce by 28,000 employees by 2029 could lead to a growing backlog of errors if changes are not taken. The son of Hollywood director Rob Reiner has pleaded not guilty to murdering his parents. 32-year-old Nick Reiner appeared in a packed Los Angeles courtroom for his arraignment yesterday after his father and mother were found dead with multiple stab wounds at their home in December. The third son of Rob and Michelle Reiner has been accused of fatally stabbing them inside a bedroom before fleeing. Reiner will next appear in court in April.
Canada's Olympians are returning home with some seriously impressive hardware. First to arrive, Emma Miskew sporting her first ever Olympic medal.
It was so nice that everyone came out here and made signs and were wanted to greet me, especially after a long day of travel. It's really nice to see the faces that I've missed for the last few weeks and who weren't able to be there with us, but always were cheering.
The Canadian curler warmly welcomed by family and friends at the Ottawa International Airport. Miskew was part of Rachel Homan's team, defeating the U.S. and claiming the bronze over the weekend. Both Homan and Miskew are from Ottawa.
Getting a medal here is bronze medals like winning a lot of most events, so that was pretty special just to see their reaction. I mean, they wanted to win that, and they wanted to at least get a medal if they couldn't win it, and they did get the medal. So that's a good accomplishment here.
Some other Olympians returning to here in Ottawa. That includes charge players Jocelyn Larocque, Breanne Jenner, and Emily Clark.
A Punch baby monkey has shot to social media stardom months after being abandoned by his mother at a Japanese zoo.
So Punch was born at the Ichikawa City Zoo near Tokyo in July and became an internet sensation when footage of him clinging to zookeepers and dragging around a stuffed IKEA toy went viral.
Now the IKEA plushie is selling for hundreds of dollars on eBay after selling out online.
Okay, and Punch gets a little bit of bullied from the other monkeys sometimes. Yes, and so he carries his emotional support stuffy around. And I've been following Punch online, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I just can't handle the watching
Punch
the
literally
video.
gets punched and pushed around. So yeah, you see this stuff. It is really, usually we have a cute video. This is a cute video as well as we feel a little bit sad for one of the animals too.
Yeah.
We got to keep you on your toes, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But you could follow Punch online because now he has stardom. So you know.
Of course, yeah.
There you go.
The options are endless for little
We
Punch,
got your back,
the monkey.
Punch.
Absolutely. We are off to a cold start to morning. We are sitting at -16 here in the city with that wind chill this hour. Feels closer to -26. So yes, a brutally cold start to your day. We haven't seen cold conditions like this in quite some time. It won't last too long though, just for a day. We have one cold day and then it will warm up. It feels like -30 out in the valley this hour. So a very cold start to your morning. The good news is sunny out there. We will get to see some sunshine. Still a few clouds out there, mix of sun and cloud throughout most of the day today in through your afternoon. And then tonight, overnight, we are expecting snow on the way. Just after midnight is when we're expecting that snow to start, and it's going to continue to fall early tomorrow morning. So the drive into work will be impacted, but the drive home, it should let up a little bit tomorrow late in the afternoon. And we are expecting quite a bit of snow as well. We could see about 1 to 3 centimeters overnight, then another 5 to 6 on the way into your day tomorrow. So cold this morning, temperatures hover around -16, -15 in your early morning recess, and then staying cold into the afternoon, reaching that daytime high today of only -14. But with that wind chill, we'll still feel closer to -17. And cold temps across the region, -14 for us here in Ottawa, same within Cornwall, -12. Brockville, Kempville, Bancroft today sitting at -12, -10 Trenton, as well as in Kingston. Out in the valley, -12 is the high, -10 over in Kitigan, ZB. So cold across the region. Overnight will stay chilly. Tomorrow warming up, -1 is the high, but yes, all that snow on the way tomorrow. And we could see significant snow on the way, as right now we could see upwards of 9 to 15 centimeters. So quite a bit of snow on the way over the next 48 hours as we head into Thursday. Still seeing some flurries in the forecast. -3 is the high. Warming up though Friday and through Saturday. Some of that snow will of course melt. 4 degrees is the high on Saturday.
All right, let's take a look at your roads at this hour, and we have some updates for you. First, we're going to start with a collision eastbound on Stranraer Drive, reduced to 1 lane at Chapman Mills. We also have a disabled vehicle on Richmond Road at Kirkwood, which is causing some delays on your route this morning. Taking a peek at the highways, the 417 eastbound is seeing some buildup beginning at Moody until Maitland. And then we, of course, have some congestion heading west on the 417, starting at the 174 split until Nicholas. Westbound on the 174, slowdowns at 10th line to the 417. So we are expecting the route to be a little bit treacherous this morning. So leave yourself some extra time.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
The Ottawa Mission is hosting an event with the Smart Youth Network Ottawa, looking at the disproportionate burden of homelessness and food insecurity faced by members of Ottawa's Black community. Here to tell us more about this important issue and what local organizations are doing about it, I'm joined by Manny Sobral from the Ottawa Mission and Chef Ife Oluwa from Afro Snack Bar. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being
Melissa.
here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So first, let's just start off telling us a little bit more about the event that will be happening here tonight.
Oh yes. So tonight we having a panel. We have about 50 people attending that have registered. It is open to the public. And we're just going to be discussing more about, since it's Black History Month, we're going to have a lot of young entrepreneurs and many other professionals that are just going to be discussing about how we can help youth, Black youth here in the Ottawa region.
Can you tell us more about homelessness in the Black community here in Ottawa?
Well, homeless in Ottawa, as we know from the 2024 surveys, that impacts 25% of people that are homeless are Black, and we try to have we are trying to break that cycle and try to lead people, steer youth so that they don't end up on that position, because we know that a lot of people who become homeless at young age as a youth are more likely to become homeless again later in life. So we're trying to tackle this as soon as we can, starting with our youth.
And Chef, you'll be preparing a delicious meal tonight. Can you tell us more about the meal and its importance as well?
Of course. So I'm from Nigeria, and representing my community and where I'm from is very important, especially moving to Canada 5 years ago, and recently just moved to Ottawa from high school around 4 years ago. Pursuing my culinary career, it's been very important to highlight these flavors and whatever I'm cooking. So tonight, me and the food training students are coming together from the Black community as well as the Caribbean community. We're coming together to prepare a variation of meals, which I'm really excited for. But most importantly, it just represents each of us in the dish and what we grew up in and the flavors, and it highlights all of that. So I'm really excited.
Incredible. Can you tell us a little bit more about the food training program as well?
Yes. So the food training program, it's an awesome program that I've recently been acquainted with, and I'm, volunteered my time to teach a lot. It's a program dedicated to students to help them, come out with to grow within the culinary industry, and it's a free program for a lot of students, and we've seen growth. Like 90% of students that leave this program actually come up with jobs and influence the culinary industry. I have friends that graduated from the program, and I've seen they're making big moves within the industry. So it's very fascinating to see. But they do offer teachings and certifications to students, driving them from the risk of homelessness, and we have seen that expand into the Ottawa Black community, Caribbean community, and I find it very wonderful, and I'm very happy to be a part of it.
Sounds super incredible. How can people go? Because people can come tonight as well. People are welcome. How can people show up?
Well, we have it on our mission website. For more information, you can check the website. It's on Kent Street. It's the Legion. But for more information, you can look at the website.
Perfect. Well, thank you both so much for joining us here today.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Okay, thank you.
Rosie.
We are less than a year away from welcoming the world to Ottawa for the 2026 IWBF World Basketball Championship. And we're going to get a preview with a local Paralympian and wheelchair basketball athlete. There he is doing his thing. He's coming up just after the break. Stay with us. Here is a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. A very cold start to your day, so you're going to want to bundle up before you head outside. We'll be right back after this short break. Good morning, Ottawa. We We are less than a year away from welcoming the world to Ottawa for the 2026 IWBF Wheelchair Basketball World Championships. We're very excited because joining us this morning is, wow, we've got four-time Canadian Paralympian Tyler Miller, who is going to be a member of that World Championship basketball team representing Canada. Good morning to you, Tyler, and welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good morning.
This is so great here. Okay, so let's just talk, first of all, about your journey in wheelchair basketball. How'd you get started in it?
I was hurt in a workplace accident in 2007, and basically I got dragged out with by a friend. I did not want to play basketball, and you know, he didn't take no for an answer, and it started my journey.
That's amazing. And then we're talking how many Olympics? Did I say 4? We're talking, like, that's incredible. How did you go from, okay, I'll try this, to really, obviously, you've got to be dedicated, you've got to be training to make it to 4 Paralympian?
You know what, to be honest, I had a lot of support from teammates and family pushing me, and without that, like, you never get anywhere. So I was so lucky to have a great support system, and you know what? Being in a country like Canada really gives you so many opportunities the rest of the world doesn't have. So,
you won gold in 2012.
Correct.
Tell me, apart from winning the gold, which I imagine sticks out in your mind, you'll probably never forget that. What are some of the most impactful times that you can remember as an athlete representing Canada?
So I would say 2015 in Toronto, the Pan Am Games.
Oh, I was there
to play at home, which again, you know, Ottawa is another opportunity to be at home for the Worlds. Was an amazing opportunity to play in front of fans and family, and for me, like, that's probably at times, like, I'd say that even sometimes surpasses winning in London, right?
That's
like incredible. In a lot of ways, right?
Yeah.
To just, and there was such a legacy it left in the city and understanding, and that's a huge piece of all of this, right?
Yeah. So the 2026 IWBF World Championships happening here in Ottawa. Tell us about that, the significance of that, because as I understand, that's the first time we're having a World IWBF Championship in Canada?
Correct. Okay. So September 9th to 19th. This year, we're hosting Worlds here in Ottawa.
Okay.
The main venues are going to be TD Place and Carleton University. And you know what? We really get to show off not just Canada, but Ottawa, right? It's an amazing world-class city. And I'm excited to show some of the people and some of the players and even families that are going to be coming how amazing Canada is, especially in this, like, you know, world of trial and tribulation.
Yeah, this is going to be so exciting. You're excited to show off to the world, Canada, and during the competition, but can you show off some moves for us right now, Tyler? I'm in one of the, this is your standard chair for wheelchair basketball, is that right?
Exactly. Okay. So this is a wheelchair basketball chair. I'm in a day chair, so if you want to push yourself all the way back to the back.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is first is learning how to push. So basically, you want to push with both hands in unison. So that's how you're going to go straight. Yeah, we'll go without the ball to start.
Wow,
or you leave it on your lap.
Can I leave it on my lap? Okay,
so at the same time, forward. We'll keep you going straight. Right.
In unison.
Exactly. There you go.
And there's the wheel here. You're pushing on the outside here. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now if you want to go, let's say you want to go right.
Okay.
You're going to pull back on your right wheel.
Ah, I get it. Oh, wow.
And you push forward on your left. And the exact same opposite. Go
like
the opposite way.
Exactly. And then the opposite, go like this.
Exactly.
Okay. And then you're, you know what? Yeah, you're in complete control here.
You look like you're in complete control here.
And you're going backward here. Now, how do you add the ball to this? I mean, okay, I think I got a little bit of the maneuvering aspect of the wheelchair, but I don't.
So the easiest way is actually to just keep the ball not anywhere near you and just keep it kind of like bouncing around in front. Now, it just takes a little bit of practice. But you are allowed in our sport to actually put the ball on your lap.
Okay.
And you can take up to 2 pushes. So you can take 2, again in unison, 2, and then you have to dribble at least once.
Anything more than 2, that's traveling.
Exactly.
Right? That's traveling.
You got that.
Okay, okay, wait. Oh my gosh, my brain is going, okay, so I'm bouncing.
Yeah.
But how do I go forward?
It's kind of like it's kind of like one hand, you get the momentum going, and then you balance it back with the other hand.
But how do you not turn? Because, can I see you do that again? Sorry, I got to get this. Okay.
Well, as you know, as an athlete, it just takes practice.
Okay,
right?
I want to see you do that again. That's so awesome.
It's just...
Yeah, and then you switch. I see what you're doing. Wow. Oh my gosh. See, that takes practice. I get it. That takes a lot of practice. Oh, am I out of the shot? That's okay. I'm chasing the ball because I'm learning from you. Exactly. Listen, Tyler, this is amazing. Training, obviously, looking forward to the World Championships happening when? This fall, right?
Yes, 9th to 19th.
Yeah.
Here in Ottawa at TD Place and Carleton University.
Oh, that's going to be amazing. The IWBF Wheelchair Basketball World Championship. I am so looking forward to it, and I know you are as well, right? Training's going well?
It's going good.
Yeah?
196 days to go, so we're amping up.
All right, so excited about that. Thank you so much. All the best to you, Tyler. Well, you know what? We're going to go to break, and you're going to teach me a little bit more. Why don't we keep dribbling? Let's do that.
All right.
Let's do it. And then switch. Fourth. The Ottawa Blues Fest lineup is here and features a little something for everyone.
Lots to process over the next couple of days, some sleep to catch up on, but obviously we have an exciting stretch here with the Charge, and I'm really excited to get reunited with my teammates.
Our Ottawa-based Olympians returning home from Milano Cortina, reflecting on their big wins and some tough losses at the Winter Games.
And celebrating the second annual Black Leaders in Sports Day. We'll tell you more about this event happening on Parliament Hill right here in Ottawa. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Good morning. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Tuesday. I'm Will Yellow.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And we're starting with all of our music lovers because the Blues Fest lineup has been released, and we now know what acts will be hitting the stage this summer for Ottawa's biggest festival. It is, of course, Blues Fest. Organizers have unveiled the lineup.
Gotta get back 'cause it's been too long. That's my favorite country song.
Hardy, just one of the headliners. Others include The Lumineers, Ella Langley, Conan Gray, and Gwen Stefani, and Limp Bizkit. Single-day tickets go on sale Thursday morning. The festival is from July 9th to 19th at Le Breton Flats.
Flights from Canada to Mexico are resuming today after being suspended due to widespread violence, leaving hundreds of Canadians stranded.
Flight delayed, then flight canceled, and then the more we found out was this is actually super serious and scary to be around.
I have a midterm tomorrow, and so I had to email my professor about that. He was pretty understanding. I don't think he's heard this excuse before.
Porter Airlines, Air Canada, Air Transat, and WestJet have announced they are resuming service today to the Puerto Vallarta Airport. The move comes after local authorities said no roadblocks had been reported in the state of Jalisco since midnight Monday, and that security measures have been reinforced. It started Sunday after the death of a notorious cartel leader during a government operation.
In my conversation with Foreign Minister de la Fuente last evening, he indicated that the situation should stabilize in the coming days.
Affairs Minister Anita Anand says officials are on the ground and in Ottawa helping affected Canadians. More than 26,000 Canadians in Mexico have now registered with Global Affairs. U.S. President Donald Trump's new tariffs will go into effect today after the Supreme Court struck down some of his old ones.
We are trying to maintain predictability for businesses, for consumers, in the face of some substantial unpredictability.
Waiting for a long time.
Amid the uncertainty, the European Union is pausing ratification of its deal with the U.S. The new tariffs are for 15% and comes as lower courts will decide if refunds are needed for the billions of dollars already collected during the first round of tariffs.
As plans for a high-speed rail in Ontario and Quebec kick into high gear, rural community members are sounding the alarm over its impact on farming communities. One farmer says there's a possibility that the rail line could be seen from his own farm and that the company building it could seize land without thinking about the overall impact on the small community.
You imagine, right, that train comes through here, right, between us and our forest. We wouldn't be able to access our forest anymore. We make maple syrup. That means we would probably have to give up that business, right? So that's the impact that this could have.
In a statement, Alto says no route has been selected and that wherever possible, it will follow existing transportation corridors. The high-speed rail plan consultation is currently open to the public online.
A federal public service union held a news conference over ongoing issues with the Phoenix pay system 10 years after it launched. The Professional Institute of the Public Service of Canada released a report looking at the system's persistent problems for over a decade. The union says as of December, nearly 238,000 pay errors or changes remain outstanding.
Years later, this is not a closed chapter. It's an ongoing failure. Since 2017, nearly $5 billion have been spent responding to Phoenix-related failures.
The union says the government's plan to reduce its workforce by 28,000 employees by 2029 could lead to a growing backlog of errors if changes are not taken.
The city is looking to spend $45 million to buy a downtown hotel and turn it into transitional housing. Staff are recommending council approve a deal to purchase the former long-stay hotel on O'Connor Street at Gladstone Avenue. The building could house up to 128 families in need as they transition into finding a more permanent home. Staff say the federal government will cover 95% of the cost. If the sale goes through, people will be able to move in as of the summer.
The Winter Olympics are over and the athletes made their way home last night.
Anytime you get to put on the Canadian jersey, there's so much pride, there's so much honor, and I feel very grateful that I was able to do that.
Lots to process over the next couple of days, some sleep to catch up on, but obviously we have an exciting stretch here with the Charge, and I'm really excited to get reunited with my teammates. I know they've been working hard over this break, and yeah, I just can't wait for us all to get back on the ice together.
Ottawa Charge players Jocelyn Larocque, Brianne Jenner, and Emily Clark brought home some medals, some hardware. They brought home silver from Italy.
The Ottawa Charge return to action this Saturday. They host the Boston Fleet at TD Place. Puck drop is at 2 p.m. and I feel like they'll have an extra gear on the weekend. Probably maybe a little bit calmer with the nerves than they had over in Italy, but I feel like that's such a great experience to have. And then we get to have it right here for our Ottawa Charge team.
Good. Yes, absolutely. And not much of a break to catch up on that sleep, right? Just a few days.
Just like that. And it's a very big jet lag difference over there. So we'll just be sleeping.
Well, our forecast for today, we're going to be cold. Bitter cold temperatures on the way for this afternoon. -14 is your high, below seasonal. The sun, the good news is, will set after 5:30 at around 5:42 p.m. Right now, -16 here in the city. So cold start to your morning. It's -21. These are temps without the wind chill this morning. Factor in that wind chill. In the valley, feels closer to -30 this hour. Feels like -27 here in Ottawa. So yes, a brutal cold start to your morning. We haven't seen cold conditions like this in quite some time. It will stay cold into the afternoon, even though we will see that sunshine today. So mix of sun and cloud throughout most of the day here for us today. And then overnight tonight, after midnight, that's when we're expecting some snow on the way. So snow starting after midnight. It will continue to snow overnight into early morning hours tomorrow. We're expecting about 1 to 3 centimeters tonight. And then we could see another 5+ centimeters as we head into tomorrow. So quite a bit of snow on the way. Keep those shovels handy. You'll need them tomorrow, but at least it will be milder. -14. These are your daytime highs. So as you can see, cold, way below seasonal. With that wind chill, we'll feel closer to -17 this afternoon. -12 is the high in the valley. -14 as well over in Gatineau. So over the next couple of days, a little bit of everything on the way for us. Yes, we are expecting that snow tonight and into your day tomorrow. 1 to 3 tonight, and then another 5 tomorrow. And we could even see some snow lingering as we head into Thursday as well. Friday, cloudy skies, and as we head into the weekend, very mild temperatures on the way for Friday and Saturday. On your drive in right now, here's a live look at your time saver traffic on your roads this morning. We do have a couple of collisions to report. Eastbound on Strandherd Drive has been cleared. We do have a disabled vehicle, however, right now Richmond at Kirkwood causing delays. Eastbound 417 volume beginning at Moody and through Bronson causing congestion. We're also seeing slowdowns on the Queensway 174 split in through Nicholas, and it's slow westbound on the 174 down at 10th line, and it bleeds into the 417. McDonald, Cartier, and Champlain bridges are moving slowly as well this hour. And coming up here in Your Morning Ottawa, we will tell you about a specialty curated power luncheon designed to help celebrate International Women's Day. Our guests are standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. Here's the live look for a Centennial Glass Sky Cam. A cold start to your morning with that wind chill feeling closer to minus 27. Good morning, Ottawa. It is 8:10. Happy Tuesday.
Today's snow report is brought to you by Camp Fortune. Let us teach you to love winter.
And here is your snow report for today. There are 5 lifts open at Camp Fortune and 17 of their 27 runs. Elsewhere on our mountains today, Edelweiss is closed. Mount Cascade has 3 of their 6 lifts open. All runs open at Calabogie Peaks and 19 out of 20 runs open at Borlage.
Erin here from Camp Fortune with your insider tip. Weekday skiing is great skiing, and at only 15 minutes from downtown, we're even close enough for a long lunch. See you on the slopes.
Okay, the Kindness International Women's Day Power Luncheon is a curated event designed for bold Canadian businesswomen who are actively building their communities through a variety of ways. Hosted by She Shops Local. And joining us this morning are Krista Lowry, Municipality of Mississippi Mills Mayor, and Michelle Grew, Ottawa Coalition of Business Improvement Areas Chief Advocate, to tell us more about this incredible event. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Okay, sounds like a good time. Give me the details on what is happening.
Well, I'll go ahead. Sure. On Friday, March 6th, we're going to be hosting a power luncheon at the National Arts Centre. It is called Kindness, and so we're going to be welcoming over 300 women to this event. Wow. It's all local, and we're excited to put something great on. It is, as you said, organized by She Shops Local, and it is the 7th annual event. Wow. And so it also falls in line with the theme of this year's International Women's Day, which is Give to Gain.
Okay, and tell us about the theme of kindness, because that's going to be the vibe of the day.
So kindness, it's such a powerful theme to be using, because I think often people think of kindness as being soft. Right. It's strategic. It is powerful, and I love that that is the theme for this year. And whether it's that you're taking the vibe of kindness with your employees, with the businesses next door, myself as a mayor, the way that we're working with people, you're creating an environment that people want to work there, people want to shop there, and people want to invest there. So it's definitely a strategic advantage.
Wow. Yeah. It looks like an incredible room filled with so many inspiring conversations. Can you tell us about some of the conversations of the day that will be happening?
Well, I have to say I'm most excited about we're welcoming the 3 mayors from Eastern Ontario, and Mayor Krista Lowry is one of them. And so we'll also have Mayor Karina Smith-Gatke, and we'll also have Mayor Nancy Peckford from our Eastern Ontario region. And so to hear about, with the theme of kindness, but also with our local economies and bringing everybody together, we are a great local base, and we're going to have a lot of business leaders and community leaders. So I'm most excited about that. I have to let you know. But
I am too. I was lucky enough to speak at this a couple years ago, and I'm thrilled to be there with a couple of my colleagues. There's not a lot of female mayors out there, so to have 3 of us is pretty exciting. And we're going to be talking exactly like Michelle said about business, the impact of our communities, how it makes our communities the thriving places that they are, and what are the impacts of leadership on businesses. So really looking forward to it.
Some wonderful businesses here on the table. Can you tell us what you brought in for us today?
My goodness, I was like, we brought so much.
I know, so many things, like literally from baked goods to fun products.
The very famous cinnamon buns for the Pakenham General Store. So I thought we should leave those with you folks this morning.
That's too kind of you.
I know, right?
So very nice.
Stealing your theme. Some really fun products on here as well.
Yes, so we're welcoming a lot of local product and service owners that are women-based. And so we've got, we have this shirt here that says, therapy is for everyone. So we have people from Exhalo Spa. We've got Focus Forward Group who have, a women's treatment clinic. And then we have, of course,
some fun books.
Yeah, fun books and candles and
as well. Oh my goodness, so many great things. Of course, people want to know where they could get tickets and more information. Where's the best place to go?
To the website.
I
the
would
She
say
Shops Local website, sheshopslocal.ca. Not a lot of tickets left.
I was going to say, I'm imagining this event does sell out.
Yes.
So get on the tickets right now.
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both so much for joining us
Thank
here
you so
today.
much.
And again, sheshopslocal.ca for more information and for those tickets as well. Coming up here on Your Morning Ottawa, bringing together established and emerging Black sport professionals from across Canadian amateur sports system. The Black Leaders in Sports Day is back for a second year. We'll get the details coming up next.
There is something special in every area. Join us for Your Neighborhood as we spotlight the people and places that bring the National Capital Region to life.
Your Neighborhood on CTV Your Morning Ottawa. Brought to you in part by the Clemo. Choose the Clemo and start living your life your way.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Welcome back. This year's second annual Black Leaders in Sport Day is back to celebrate and connect Black leaders in the Canadian amateur sports system for a day of learning, collaboration, and community building. Here to tell us more is Shauna Buckle, Inclusion in Canadian Sports Network President. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I like that word, inclusion.
Thank you.
It's always good.
Yes, it is.
You know, the more, the merrier. The more, the better. Let's talk about this day. It's the second annual day, Inclusion in Sport. Talk about what we can expect.
So last year, because of the election, we weren't able to do what we wanted to do. But yesterday, we actually had 20 of our leaders meet with senators for the first time in Canadian history to talk about some of the racism and discrimination that is happening in the amateur sports system. And then today, we are going to be having presentations and networking opportunities with MPs and ministers and different departments that have access to the different funding opportunities across our country.
Okay, you're talking about making this connection between leaders in the Black community in sport and MPs. Talk about the significance of making that kind of a connection.
Right now, we need to be able to come together as a country because we do have an issue with racism. And I was always taught if you want to make change, you got to start from the top. So for the first time, we are bringing 70 Black leaders from across the country in sport to Ottawa to talk about some of our struggles and what is happening in sport with the goals of making some change in the future.
What can people expect from today? How will the day play out?
So we start off with presentations because right now knowledge is power, and a lot of people do not know some of the different programs that are available. They don't know the different departments. So the departments that impact the Black community and have specific programs for the Black community are going to be doing presentations for us, and then we're going to end our evening off with a reception with ministers and MPs.
Okay, what do you hope the conversation will be like between leaders of sport in the Black community and MPs?
The goal is hopefully we will end up having a national framework for racism in sport, being able to address and creating a better future for the next generation of Black leaders.
If people want more information on what you're doing, what's happening, where can they go?
Our website, so they can go to inclusionincanadiansports.ca, or they could also find us on social media at ICSN.
Okay, and what's been the most gratifying part of your job?
Meeting people. Because right now, sometimes we only see the professional athletes or elite athletes, but being able to meet one of the first Black athletic therapists, being able to meet Black leaders in communication, in marketing, in all aspects of sport, and not just athletes, but making impacts across all sectors of sport.
Oh, Shauna, this is amazing.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to this event and having it grow. The second annual, we're talking Black Leadership in Sport Day on Parliament Hill. Very important stuff happening. Thank you so much. And you have a pin for
I have
me?
a pin for you.
Okay,
So we
let's do
believe
this.
in see it, be it, achieve it.
I love that.
Because it's just having that motto. And then we also go with the word Mbutu.
Mbutu, and that is Swahili
Mbutu,
for?
I am because we are.
I am because we are. And I get to keep this pin?
Yes, this is yours.
Beautiful.
And these
and
are yours
Mbutu.
too, the
Oh,
stickers.
man. I am because we are.
Yes.
Which is beautiful. Thank you very much
You're
again.
welcome.
Much success to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Shauna. I really appreciate you coming by here.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a look outside. Just to let you know, it's really cold out there. Minus 16, but feeling much colder than that when you factor in the wind chill. Arctic air mass in our region for the next few hours, at least through tonight. Then it finally gets warmer for tomorrow. We'll be right back after this short break. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. Good morning. Come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Melissa Lamb, and if you're wondering where Mr. Will Ayala went, don't worry, he's not gone. Well, he's gone, but he'll be back. He is on location right now this morning at Wisetown Cafe for our Your Morning Kitchen segment. So he's going to be bringing us those details in a few minutes.
Okay, looking forward to it. We're going to get to today's top stories for you right now. The lineup for Ottawa's biggest music festival is out, and Blues Fest this year will include a mix of country, rock, and pop. What a great sound. The Lumineers will be one of the headliners at LeBreton Flats. Others include Gwen Stefani, Ella Langley, Cody Johnson, and the Guess Who. Pre-sale for the event starts tomorrow, while single-day passes are on sale Thursday morning. Airlines are set to resume flights to Puerto Vallarta today. Air Canada, Air Transat, and WestJet all say that operations will return to normal. It comes after violence erupted in the area after a cartel leader was killed. Ottawa residents are sharing details on what they are seeing.
When we woke up and I went on my balcony, I seen smoke in the air and you could smell tires burning.
Global Affairs says there are over 26,000 Canadians registered in Mexico, with approximately 5,000 in the state of Jalisco, where the violence is centered. A travel advisory has been issued, warning Canadians to exercise a high degree of caution. U.S. President Donald Trump's new tariffs will go into effect today after the Supreme Court struck down some of his old ones.
We are trying to maintain predictability for businesses, for consumers, in the face of some substantial unpredictability.
Waiting for a long
Amid the uncertainty, the European Union is pausing ratification of its deal with the U.S. The new tariffs are for 15% and comes as lower courts will decide if refunds are needed for the billions of dollars already collected during the first round of tariffs. As plans for a high-speed rail in Ontario kick into high gear, rural community members are sounding the alarm over its impacts on farming communities. One farmer says there's a possibility the rail line could be seen from his own farm and that the company building it could seize land without thinking about the overall impact on the small community.
If you imagine, right, that train comes through here, right, between us and our forest, we wouldn't be able to access our forest anymore. We make maple syrup. That means we would probably have to give up that business, right? So that's the impact that this could have.
In a statement, Alto says no route has been selected and that wherever possible, it will follow existing transportation corridors. The high-speed rail plan consultation is currently open to the public online. The Federal Public Service Union held a news conference over ongoing issues with the Phoenix pay system 10 years after it launched. The Professional Institute of Public Service of Canada released a report looking at the system's persistent problems for over a decade. The union says as of December, nearly 238,000 pay errors or changes remain outstanding.
Years later, this is not a closed chapter. It's an ongoing failure. Since 2017, nearly $5 billion have been spent responding to Phoenix-related failures.
The union says the government's plan to reduce its workforce by 28,000 employees by 2029 could lead to a growing backlog of errors if changes are not taken. An investigation is underway after someone was shot near the Canadian border in New Hampshire. Investigators say one person was shot on Sunday by a U.S. Border Patrol agent who was returning fire. It happened in a rural community of New Hampshire near the border crossing with Quebec. The FBI did not provide a name of the suspect, but said the person was taken to hospital for treatment. The Border Patrol agent was unharmed. Officials have declined to provide more details on what led to the exchange of gunfire, but the U.S. Attorney's Office has said information would be released if charges were laid. Canada's Olympians are returning home with some seriously impressive hardware. First to arrive, Emma Miskew, sporting her first ever Olympic medal.
It was so nice that everyone came out here and made signs and were wanting to greet me, especially after a long day of travel. It's really nice to see the faces that I missed for the last few weeks and who weren't able to be there with us, but always were cheering.
The Canadian curler warmly welcomed by family and friends at the Ottawa International Airport. Miskew was part of Rachel Homan's team, defeating the U.S. and claiming the bronze over the weekend. Both Homan and Miskew are from Ottawa.
Getting a medal here is bronze medals like winning a lot of most events, so that was pretty special just to see their reaction. I mean, they wanted to win that, and they wanted to at least get a medal if they couldn't win it, and they did get the medal. So that's a good accomplishment here.
There you go. Also arriving that evening, Ottawa Charge players Jocelyn Larocque, Brianne Jenner, and Emily Clark.
Robotic taxis might take over the streets of London in the UK.
Robo-taxis are being tested around central London. This is one of Wave's autonomous driving cars.
The steering wheel turns and follows the road, but no hands are needed. The public rollout of the robot taxis is likely to come by the end of the year. We're here. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
This is wild.
If the robo-taxis can make it in London, I feel like they can make it anywhere, right? It's so busy.
So busy. The streets are wildly busy here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, how wild would that look if you looked into a car and there was no one in it and it's just driving around? No big deal.
But something tells me by the time your little ones are adults, they're going to be like, yeah,
it's
so
the
that's
norm.
Totally normal.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Our forecast today, very cold to start your morning off. We're going to see colder conditions this morning into the afternoon. And then we have quite a bit of snow on the way, and the totals keep on updating, and it's actually more than we originally anticipated. So we could see quite a bit of shoveling in the future. Tomorrow. Minus 16 is where we're sitting right now, but with that wind chill, it does feel closer to minus 27 this hour. Feels like minus 30 out in the valley, so very cold start to your morning. These are temps with that wind chill this hour. You know when it's pink, it means it's cold outside. We are seeing some cloud coverage this morning, and we will see a mix of sun and cloud throughout most of the day today, so we will get to see some sunshine, even though it will stay cold. Then around midnight and shortly after, that's when we're expecting the snow to start. Now, we could see 1 to 3 overnight and another 3 centimeters early tomorrow morning, then another 5 or so throughout the afternoon tomorrow. So we do have quite a bit of snow on the way by the time we head into Wednesday evening. So we will see those flurries last right through until Thursday. How much are we expecting? Our system is showing not so much early in the morning and overnight, but more throughout the day. And we could see upwards of, yes, 14 centimeters. This is by Wednesday around 8 p.m. So that's from tonight in through your day tomorrow. So keep that in mind. The drive-in tomorrow morning could definitely be a little bit slippery. Minus 14 is our high for today. So back to temperatures today. We are expecting sunshine throughout most of the day today. That snow starting in the overnight tonight. Minus 12 is the high in the valley. Minus 9 for Mont Tremblant as well as in Montreal. The good news is the cold snap is only going to last today and tonight, and it will warm up by tomorrow. Minus 16 is the low for tonight. Minus 1 is the high for tomorrow. And yes, we could see about 10 centimeters of snow now into the day tomorrow, anywhere from 5 to 10. So we'll just have to wait and see how much snow we actually get. As we head into Thursday, still some lingering flurries in the forecast. Minus 3 is the high, then warming up quite a bit Friday and through Saturday. So the snow we do see will probably melt by the weekend. 4 degrees for Saturday. We are expecting some rain. And then as we head into Sunday and Monday, more cold temperatures on the way. Bit of a cold snap on the way with overnight lows into the minus 20s.
Weather brought to you by Yeggendorf Rashid. Experience, knowledge, and a commitment to excellence.
Full of trouble spots now on the drive-in. Southbound on Bank Street is closed at Queen Street due to a collision, and we also have a disabled vehicle. Richmond Road at Kirkwood causing delays. Eastbound on the 417 seeing some volume building at Moody. It continues in through Bronson. Congestion as well heading west from the Queensway starting at the 174 split in through Nicholas.
All right, we are on location at Wisetown Cafe. This is the second location that's opened up right here on Dalhousie Street. We're going to talk about everything that they have to offer, plus their opening night, their grand opening night on April 12th. Maddie joins us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I love that a huge focus of Wisetown Cafe has been taking 20% Canadian ownership of your items to now 100%
Yes.
Canadian. It's so wonderful, especially right now. And we're starting with 100% Canadian matchas, and we have so many to choose from. Can we go over some of them?
Yeah, so we have the normal matcha. We also have like a hojicha, but then we have flavored matchas like a strawberry, a mango, and an Earl Grey. The Earl Grey is really good for that tea lover, but then if we like something a little fruity or sweeter, we have those other options too.
Okay, and you know, being the pro barista that you are, we got to get your opinion. Which one is your particular favorite?
Honestly, I love a good iced strawberry matcha. You really can't go wrong.
It's a great way to start the day. You can also have that in the afternoon too, right? Look at all the different options. Something also that's really cool here too at Wisetown Cafe is they micro-brew their own beans, and they do that fresh each and every day. We got Duffy behind the machine. He's just gonna put in a little batch. So this is done right here each and every day to make sure you have the freshest coffee available to you. And Duffy, not just the owner, but he's an engineer, so he actually designed this machine too to make sure you get that beautiful aroma coffee smell that you love so much. It's almost better than the coffee sometimes, not every day, but sometimes it's better. So it goes in there, it roasts, so all the customers can get the best tasting coffee each and every day. But it's not just the coffee that they have. They also have wonderful sandwiches. So Maddie, what do we got cooking up here on the sandwich front?
Yeah, so this morning we've got our crispy falafel croissant. We're also working on our avian croissant, which we actually presented a couple years ago. Everything that we do food-wise, we take feedback from the community to directly improve it. So in that way, we're kind of gearing our taste to everyone and making fresh food.
And I love it too because it's fresh, organic ingredients.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have tried so many.
Oh, yes.
Amongst the days. What separates the food quality from here from what you would typically see at another restaurant?
Honestly, my favorite part about it is that it's all made to order. So you walk in and you order it, it's being made right there for you. A lot of places, you don't always have that convenience, so you're getting the freshest ingredients this way.
I love that as well. Okay, so we were actually making a coffee over here. I'll let you get back to that because, you know, I gotta taste it for myself. But then back here, we also have the syrups that are also 100% Canadian. So they have many different ones to choose from. So if you want that fresh taste in the early morning hours, you want something, you know that you're supporting 100% Canadian as well. So what do we got loaded up here in this cup?
This is just an espresso shot so that you can taste our beans pure.
Now we're talking. Yeah. Also, I am a coffee fanatic and love my espresso each and every morning.
Yeah.
And that's what, whoa! Oh, that's more. That even got surprising. I hadn't tasted it before. That is so good. You know, what goes into making such a delicious espresso like this? Because I'm fascinated about how different it can taste from one bean to the next. Obviously, you have the micro brewing, but even when you go through the process here, is there something you guys are doing to make sure you get that quality taste?
Honestly, the biggest thing for us is having it micro roasted on site, so then as soon as those beans are done roasting, we pop them in the grinder and it's as fresh as it can be, really.
I love that. And obviously, you guys are open right here on Dalhousie Street, but you have a grand opening on April 12th. What's going to be kind of going on that day?
Yeah, by then we'll have our complete menu open, so we'll have lots of options for food, drinks. We'll probably have some deals on some drinks and discounts, that kind of stuff. So it'll definitely be a really exciting day to stop by and check it out.
Oh, it's so great, and I love that everything here is freshly made. You even got the delicious treats. What are some of the treats that we're looking at here, too? We got Fish, our camera operator. He somehow made his way over to the desserts.
He's excited. This is where he's got to be. So we have like a little Dubai pistachio square. We've got butter tart squares, some cake options for those dessert lovers, and then we always are baking fresh croissants at basically any given moment. So lots of options.
You have everything that one needs to carry on their whole day, not just the morning here.
Exactly.
Well, Maddie, thanks for hosting me, showing us a little bit about the cafe. I think it's so great what you're doing. And again, thanks for keeping me caffeinated this morning.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, we got some coffees and sandwiches to make. If you know of a great chef or restaurant you want us to highlight it, email us, yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca, and we would love to swing by, or you come into our studios right at 87 George Street. Taking a peek outside through our Centennial Glass Skycam, it is the perfect day to grab a nice warm cup of coffee. Temperatures today well below the mark. Minus 14 is the warmest it gets today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Here's a live look at our Centennial Class Skycam this morning, and yes, we won't get to see a bit of sunshine today. However, very cold, especially this morning with that wind chill right now feeling closer to minus 27. However, even though it's cold outside, it is that time of the year to start thinking about maintaining your trees. Nick Crumans is an arborist with Manatic Tree Movers, and he's here to tell us what you need to look out for. Good morning to you.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm so good. First of all, tell us a little bit about Manatic Tree Movers.
So Manatic Tree Movers has been proudly servicing the Ottawa and surrounding area since 1991. We offer professional services such as tree pruning, tree removal, stump grinding, tree planting, and tree relocation for residential and commercial properties.
Incredible. And today we're going to take a look at some pictures in terms of some defects and things that are not to do with pruning. So tell us what we're seeing here in this photo.
So just a couple red flags, things for you to look at when you're looking at your trees. This is what's called an included bark union right here. Those are right away a red flag that they have a high risk of failure.
Okay.
So those are things that we want to prune out or reduce the weight on.
Okay, and this is something that you would recommend you guys doing as the experts, right?
Absolutely. When you're dealing with trees that have a lot of value to your home, you want to involve professionals in that situation.
Absolutely. Okay, let's move on to the second photo. Tell me what we're seeing with this.
So this is another red flag. This is a tree with multiple stems growing off each and every way. So you can see when, as a limb is able to get a lot of weight and reach out away from the center of the tree, there also is a very high risk of failure. So again, we want to do pruning on a tree like this, reducing the reach of all these bigger exterior stems, thus reducing the risk of failure.
And what do you mean by reducing the risk of failure?
So,
what would the failure be?
So if you could imagine getting some heavy ice or snow or wind loads on these exterior limbs, there's a high risk of them catching that and that extra weight peeling them off of the stem. And you can see a tree being this close to a house like that, there's a high risk of that limb falling and causing damage to a property.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Now we have some positive examples. Tell me the difference we're seeing here with
so
this
here we're seeing a proper structure for a tree, or a strong structure for a tree. We have that one straight leader up the center of the tree with those smaller diameter scaffold branches that are somewhat well spaced throughout the canopy. This is kind of what we strive for away from that multi-stem tree we just saw.
Okay, and moving on. Tell me also what we're seeing with this.
So this is the opposite of that included bark union that I was just showing you. You've got this nice bark ridge up in the center of the tree. That signifies a very good, strong union. So if you're seeing that with your trees, you know you've got a solid limb there, and it's nothing to really worry about as much.
And I'm sure a lot of people have questions with the trees in their property, and you guys can really help them as experts kind of determine what's safe, what's not, and what needs to be pruned.
Exactly. So we recommend your trees being inspected every 3 to 5 years, as well as having that
awesome.
pruning being done. Yeah.
And you also have a few other things at Meditic Tree.
Yeah, so we do also own and operate a 55-acre tree nursery on Prince of Wales Drive near North Gore, where we grow and maintain around 10,000 trees at any given time.
Wow.
We also plant about 2,000 trees throughout the city annually and replenish that similar number back into our nursery.
Absolutely incredible. So you do a little bit of everything. Is now a good time to start thinking about pruning with the winter weather that we're still seeing?
Yes, we actually prune trees year-round with a lot of fruiting trees and oak trees, different trees that have diseases and different pests. It's actually better to prune during the winter because all those things are dormant at that time. So there's a lot less activity.
Wonderful. And what's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
If you want to give us a call at our office or email us, we'd love to hear from you so we could get an opportunity out to just spread the word about proper tree pruning.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Nick, for joining us today. We truly appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me out.
We'll be back. Here's a live look at our Skycam this morning. And yes, we're seeing sunshine, but it is chilly. Feels like minus 27 with that wind chill this morning. Good morning, Ottawa. It is 8:50. Police in Ontario are warning about something called the dirty oil scam. Criminals are spraying oil on the engines of used cars up for sale so that the vehicle starts smoking and they can buy it at a cheaper price. Recently, officers in the GTA managed to make some arrests in connection with one of these scams. Here's CTV's Pat Foran.
I feel violated.
Mark Rafi and Carol Crawford were selling their Hyundai Santa Fe. Two people came at night to see the vehicle. While one man distracted Rafi, the other appeared to spray oil in the engine compartment and the tailpipe. After a short test drive, smoke was pouring off the vehicle.
There's all this white smoke coming out, and the other guy who was in the driveway comes running around and says, look, he says, there's oil everywhere.
The two men said the engine had blown and the car was worthless.
It was like, oh my gosh, something must have blown because there's oil everywhere.
Rafi was asking $7,000 for the SUV, but was convinced to take $1,000 for it. Only after they checked their security video did they realize what happened.
We saw everything. I said, we've been scammed. I said, this is a scam.
Following our report, we heard from other viewers who were also victims of the dirty oil scam. This video shows a man appearing to put oil in the tailpipe of a Lexus for sale in Newmarket. When it started smoking, they offered the seller $8,000 less, which they refused.
As soon as they came back, they popped the hood and started to show the seller that there was oil all over the engine compartment of the vehicle.
The OPP charged 3 men in connection with the scam after they tried to purchase a car in Peterborough. While there is no video, the fraud is similar to what others reported.
They tried to tell the seller that his engine must have blown.
3 men were charged with fraud, mischief, and possession of property obtained by crime. They are 31-year-old Maria Cirilla of Pickering, 26-year-old Constantin Tanase of Scarborough, and 22-year-old Michael Tanase of Ajax.
The vehicle that they were driving was actually linked to another occurrence in another region for the same thing.
If you're selling a car privately, don't do it at night. Have someone else with you, and don't leave the potential buyers alone with your vehicle. The 3 accused are to appear in a Peterborough courtroom March 10th. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Okay, so Melissa, all morning long you've been telling us that this Arctic air is just sitting over us. It's so cold out there.
So cold out there this morning. The good news is, unlike before this past winter, it seems like we would see a stretch of like a week or two of cold. We're just going to see the cold today. Okay. Minus 14 is the high. We will see that sunshine, which is nice. We'll feel closer to minus 15. And then tomorrow it will warm up. But look at this model, Rosie. Snow on the way, starting around midnight tonight. And look, it's just going to kind of continue and continue. And this is all day Wednesday, right through until Wednesday evening, early Thursday morning. Whoa. Now, I want to show you this model. Earlier this morning, our model was predicting by tomorrow night about 9 centimeters. It has since updated. Look at that total. 14 centimeters by tomorrow evening. So we could see significant snow, more for us here in Ottawa. You can see the valley only about 4 centimeters. Same with in Kingston, only about 6. most of the snow starting at midnight, about 1 to 3 overnight, 1 to 3 tomorrow morning, and then 5 to 10 tomorrow afternoon. So when all said and done, we could see upwards of 14 centimeters of snow. And this just changed. Like,
yes.
Between around 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning, it changed live on air because this is an updated feed. And I was even shocked when I'm like, wait a minute, it was just 9 centimeters. Why is it all of a sudden 14? So keep the shovels handy.
I know about a little man right now who's rubbing his hands together. Your little
My
one
son
loves to shovel snow, so he's going to have plenty of work.
He's excited.
By Wednesday evening.
That's
by
right.
tomorrow evening. All right, here's a look at what's on the show tomorrow. Your neighborhood continues. We are heading to Irene's Pub. And we tell you how the National Gallery of Canada is marking Black History Month. And Julie Finley stops by with 3 delicious and easy soup recipes. And on a day like today, with it being so cold, soup sounds delicious.
Today and then tomorrow, after a long day of shoveling and then coming into a fresh bowl of homemade soup.
That is perfect.
Timing on that.
That is absolutely perfect. All right, so Will is heading back from his location shoot. He will be back tomorrow, of course, with all of us. We thank you so much for watching. We'll see you right back here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.